Good man.
Talking into the mic.
Just trying not to get no lipstick on it.
Hope you cleaned lipstick off last night. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an amazing show for you today. A whole bunch of cool people to come and hang out with us today.
Yes,
learn how to spell Haiti early this morning because I'll be switching that I up with that other letter. It'll just be flipping around. But if you just think about TIP, Clifton Harris.
Oh, that's how you. What about the first couple letters?
I wing it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, got a cool show for you today. Meagan, ATL for Haiti, is going to be hanging out with us today. Also, Gia's going to be coming through. Chloe's going to be coming through. Charissa's going to be coming through. And, of course, our guy, Daryl Fletcher. Daryl Fletcher Speaks. He's an author. He wrote a book. That means that he has like a ISBN number. And all you got to do is go to his website, DarylFletcherSpeaks.com, to check him out. What else is going on in the news today? Man, these school shootings, that's going to have to stop. We got to fix that. 20 school shootings already, 2018. We'll talk about that. Also, President Obama and Mrs. Michelle Obama have some new stuff going on. Shout out to them. I'll tell you about their new project. You heard about that, y'all?
No,
I did. What else? Oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar. I posted a video yesterday on MichaelandJoy.com. Well, no, on the Facebook page. And Power 108.9. That looked like that was kind of set up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you about that story. Some stuff from the royal wedding. You remember Meagan, Kelly's co-star on Suits? Well, somebody tried to clown him at the wedding, so he snapped back real quick.
But he had something for him.
But my question was like, should he have really had apologized? So it's like about
sometimes you have to say something.
Yeah. No, he apologized for snapping back. And then, of course, things that'll be extinct. I told you yesterday about some things that we ain't gonna no longer know about. Come the next 15, 20 years or so. I got that list in my hand. Also, we got your birthdays and shout-outs, national days on this days. And, of course, one of our favorite new games. Man, how time flies. Hey, congratulations to the little Caucasian sister last night on American Idol. She won. The kid from Dallas, Georgia didn't win.
Oh, the little boy.
But they're going to work him to death.
Oh, no. They definitely going to put him in rotation just like they did that boy.
We got that tour going. We need you. Remember they chumped the little other boy off?
American Idol tour.
It was like
45 cities in 45 nights.
Right. How much I get paid though? You gonna get exposure. Don't worry about money. You're gonna be fine.
We're gonna get you on the back end. Stipulations, you must do all 45 nights.
All 40 consecutively. Hey, so awesome show for you today. Michael and Joy in the morning, Power 108.9. And for those, shout out to Eddie for those who made it simple for people to do the drops now.
Yes.
Bam.
My name is, and you're waking up with
Power 108.9. Get him, Eddie. That's what I'm talking about. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Lego. Hey, Cyrus. Hey, Ray.
Yo, this is Michael.
Well, guess we don't have to worry about what to say during the drops anymore. I guess you'll figure that out. That's pretty funny. Thank you.
Girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's on 7:04, y'all.
Right.
Watch this. Give me about 3 more minutes.
Oh, you're good. Pretty, you got over here. Wave.
Got some people checking in.
Yo, this is Michael McFadden. Don't forget to follow the show, Michael and Joy, on everything. Michael and Joy. J-O-I, by the way. This is Cole Park with Deep in the
I feel like your page, your Haiti page, doesn't it have a Facebook page?
Yep.
Okay.
Atlanta for Haiti.
This is Lakeisha Copeland with Daughters Against Domestic Violence, and you're waking up with Michael and Joy in the morning on Power 108.
Say it again. Atlanta, Haiti.
Atlanta for Haiti. FOR. Waving at all my people.
check. Michael and Joy in the morning.
One, two.
MichaelandJoy.com. Got an awesome show for you today. Author Daryl Fletcher. Today's show is being brought to you by Daryl Fletcher. Daryl Fletcher speaks. Daryl got some questions that came in last week since he was on the show. Daryl talks relationships.
I bet
Those
he
that
did.
don't know, people got some questions, and they don't like to call in because we don't have the voice disguiser like Bert and them do over there at Q. But we can get your question answered for you. So if you got an anonymous question, call us. We might can bleep out your voice, might not. I don't know. It's on you. If
Well,
you
you
wanna
don't
take
have to
that
say your
chance.
name.
I know, but people like they know your voice. Like people know your voice.
Oh, well, I could just change my voice, so I don't understand what the problem is.
678-383-2339 is the number. You can give us a call if you want to talk to Daryl Fletcher and see what he got going on. Hey, today is Tuesday. You know what that means. Yesterday, I heard that Barack and Michelle will work both in front and behind the camera with a multi-year deal that they signed with Netflix. Yep, the unique pack was announced on Monday. The first content from the Obamas will appear in about 2019 at the earliest, according to the person involved with the deal. Now, Netflix did not specify a timeline, but the company's announcement of the deal said that the Obamas will produce a diverse mix of content, including the potential for scripted series, unscripted series, docuseries, documentary, and features. So, congratulations to them. It sounds like we got some ratchet reality TV shows coming from the
I
Obamas.
was gonna say not at all. if that ain't gonna be so scripted.
You know him and the Obamas and Andy Cohen are cool with each other, so you know there's gonna be some real ratchet.
It's gonna be there. Not. I don't think from their side.
The office workers are spaces. Like they get all the women. Well, I ain't gonna just say women because I don't want to
Say me too.
All of the people, right? All of the people in spaces. Like we have a reality show with the Obamas. And we be messy, like taking each other food out of the refrigerators
And not putting their name or putting it back and sprinkling something on it.
Some
that'll make them have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, some X-Lac or some Epsom salt in there or something, and they be mad. They come
Well,
in, like, Michael, you do this all the time.
Good.
or
It sure is, baby.
switching the letters on their keys. Man, somebody did me like that one time at work, right? So they switched
So
the
you gonna
M
do it
and
back.
the N.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there typing my password to get in my computer,
Frustrating.
and I'm like, why the hell? I started getting dizzy. Like, it affected me so much that the key was turned around. I was like, I am hitting N, but it just keep typing the M. I got dizzy. I didn't know what
You
was
know, the
happening.
funny thing is, yesterday I was trying to call someone and it said, if you know the extension, type it in. And I kept typing in 204, and on the back end it said, no one is here at extension 701. And I was like, what in the world am I doing wrong?
So what happened? They changed the numbers on your phone?
Maybe it just acts a different way on their end.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? But I clearly was looking at my numbers like, okay, that's 204.
She was looking like a
I was
million
like, I
that.
mean, it's a hoe. You know, the other way, HOE.
You was looking like Reedy Jackson at the Billboard.
With my glasses on. I
Sure.
think this is how you take a selfie.
She was trying to take a picture of her sister. She was like that.
Poor thing.
It was like, go Reedy, get her. Centipede.
Yeah, about
Nothing
that.
about that song.
Not at all.
But congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Obama. They are making it work. Life after the president.
I was gonna say I'm definitely interested in seeing how
What were you gonna
their
say?
life is. I'm definitely interested in seeing how their life is after.
Did you just
the
shoot me a
television.
bird? Did she just shoot me a bird?
No, I'm just
Lord have
scratching my
mercy.
nose.
Got a book hanging out, by the
I
way.
was gonna say, well, come get
There you
it.
see it again, huh? Hey,
Come
can you give us
get
a tissue? Hey, but shout out to them, they're working, and shout out to Netflix. And once again, we always talk about Netflix
That
and
original
how powerful
content.
of a tool Netflix has become. And I was watching this show on that
What
Squirrel.
were you watching?
Squirrel. Y'all almost lost me. I'm about to go into something else, but I was watching Parks and Rec. Yeah, I'll just say that. I was watching Parks and Rec.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, very safe. But this little special I was watching about the crazy people. Did you see that one? They robbed the bank.
I was gonna say, well, which one?
Which one you gonna say?
Because it's clearly more than one.
Stranger Things. You shot me a bird again?
I'm scratching my nose.
Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Meagan Henry is going to be hanging out with us today. We're going to be talking about ATL for Haiti. We're going to find out what she got popping going on over there. And don't forget, boy, one of our favorite parts of the shows, how time flies. Y'all be getting so super duper loud in here with that.
Actually, I'm not really a part of the game.
Nah,
I just sit here.
You was participating yesterday, boy. You was ribbing them up.
Oh yeah. That's because our side was with it.
Yeah. Well, so what we doing? Our side versus y'all
Sure,
side?
let's do it. Eddie's in the middle.
Yeah.
Nah, we got to put him on the side. Cause I know all the answers. Like if you know.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I
Eddie would
created
be
the
on. Eddie would be on your side.
Oh,
then.
okay. And then Daryl, I think Daryl Fletcher be here today too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, we'll figure that out.
Why is Eddie always walking behind people? Yesterday you mentioned people be watching Eddie. They be watching your back. What they say about Eddie?
who that boy that be sitting behind you in that chair, Joy? And I said, oh, that's Eddie. And they said, oh, he all up in your computer. I said, oh, well, I'm just doing social media, so I'll leave poor hug till later.
Did not know you was into the BBW, Joy. Did not know that. Shout out to you.
Just kidding. I kid.
Hey, how's mom doing?
She is at home sleep. She said, I am going to come and I'm going to do some radio with you in the morning.
Hey,
About that.
we used to love when your mom, she be producing the show from the
Oh,
sofa.
no. Trust her, though. She going to be here one day this week. She is adamant about that.
Eddie, I mean, give you a list of things for Amelia when she comes. She cannot come in and just, you can have her get her a chair, let her post up out there, because if not, we'll hit her all in the background. Don't say that, Joy!
Don't say that, Joy!
Or we just hit her with some of this Ciroc, she'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Put a little bit of that in her water.
Right, or
Or some ice.
Yeah, hottie toddy.
I don't think that's what you would use in that, though.
What is a hottie toddy, by the way?
A hottie toddy or a hot toddy?
What is it called? I don't know.
I'm like, it's actually called a hot toddy.
Oh, a hot toddy.
Not a hottie toddy.
Well,
that
I guess-
sounds like a girl.
Hey, little hottie toddy.
Clearly.
Hey, today is the 22nd of May, 2018.
And on this day in 1992, Johnny Carson hosted NBC's Tonight Show for the very last time. He had been host for over 30 years.
One of my favorite shows.
Talk about getting a
About
check.
that one. But Johnny left for, I think Jay Leno came and took over for Johnny Carson, and then now the other dude is hosting the show now.
There's been so many.
Oh, that's Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
I think that's right. Is that right?
Say-
We were doing the research.
Eddie!
Well, shout out to Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson gave a lot of people an opportunity.
30, I mean, can you imagine how many people we've interviewed in 2 years? So 30 years?
Every day.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
And they had a real
Shout out to
booking
you.
coordinator at their show too. So.
We do too, excuse me.
Well, I mean,
Excuse me, don't take away one of my titles.
yeah, you're right. Hey, we come back. We're gonna holler at Meagan. We're gonna talk about ATL for Haiti. Also, Gia is in the building. Are you Gia? Oh, that's not Gia. Who is that on my
Gia
list?
is a calling.
Oh, she is. Who is this right here?
This
Somebody
is
tell me who
Charessa.
this is. Oh, that's
Charessa.
Charessa. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say, well, you can tell who doesn't read the emails.
Right, I totally missed out on that one yesterday. I totally apologize. I'm usually a little bit more prepared. It's all good.
Yeah, about that. We got you, Jamila.
Hey, we come
Don't
back.
forget to vote today.
We got more. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Stacey Abrams for governor. Good morning. I was gonna say, if you wanted a different view on your phone, you can always attach it
Okay.
there. If you didn't want that neck view,
Yeah.
and Eddie can help put it up there.
Okay.
So you're a part of the event that's in the Kroger's when you check out the
No, that's in
no. Sorry, no. It's the same time. It's on the 2nd though, right?
It's on the 2nd. It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
The charge of campaign.
Yeah, charge up. Whoops, my bad. Yes. It's the Survivors Conference.
That's right.
Eddie, can you help her put?
Yes, man. You gonna swim? There we go.
Thank you. Shout out to Maddie.
I don't know if it's connected.
Oh,
Well,
you know what?
if you do need to get to the internet, you can look up under Spaces
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and
for the Wi-Fi.
connect to Wi-Fi here.
Charessa Sawyer.
I'll ask you to sign in. MichaelandJoy at gmail.com. Yeah, that's on Gmail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning. Hey, Ali. Lifestyle, how have you been? Hey, Porter. Hey, JR.
Michael and Joy.
Scorpio
At
Liz.
Gmail.
How are you? Power 108.9.
It's probably Daryl.
Hey there. Okay. Gotcha. We're on our way. Okay. So Charessa, Meagan,
Yes.
Charessa, she is with 8 Atlanta for Haiti.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing
In
well.
charge of campaign.
Good to see you. The Charge Up campaign.
That's right.
Awesome. And Charessa.
Charessa, sorry.
Charessa. Nice to meet you.
Charessa.
Yes.
That was me that time, folks. It'll be Michael. Charessa. It's a pretty way to spell it. Hey Coach, hey Tasha, hi Melody. Hey Orlando, hey Cyrus. What up, K-Chill? He's so late. What's this, a new station? Yes, K-Chill. Well, we're moving on up. Right? Where are you originally from? Well, I guess we'll ask you. You want to know? Yeah, I do.
I was born in Mississippi, but I came here when I was 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Here goes Daryl. There's Mr. Fletcher.
Well, good morning, everybody. How's
Morning.
everybody doing?
Great, how are you?
It's a beautiful day in my neck of the woods.
It's a beautiful morning.
Starting point guard out of St. John's University. Standing at 6'7". Daryl Fletcher
I
speaks.
was a small forward.
I don't know how.
Gotta go number 3. You like you handle that rock though, Daryl.
Nah, I was a shot blocker and rebounder.
I can see your
I
rap
can see that.
tight
Yeah.
at the 3.
Yeah, I was a shot blocker and occasional 3. Because I'm skinny.
Okay.
So I typically played the 4 and the 3, and when I was in high school they put me at the 5.
Wow.
So and I was tall.
Okay.
So the thing about it is our point guard was like 5'5".
Oh wow.
So
Oh, wow.
so but the thing about it, because I was skinny, guys weighed more than me. So I would get out there, give them a jab, in the ribs real quick and pop out
Okay.
and hit the shot. Because getting down there in the paint, because I was so skinny, they would just boss me around.
Right.
So it was I had to be more of a slasher and a mover and
Gave it to me this
come
one. I was like,
up
oh,
pick
this one is that one.
for my game to really develop.
And now you're an author.
Yeah, all
Do that again?
Hey, we back, y'all.
There you go.
And now we
Thank you.
helping women get their life together.
Women and men.
men.
Men. It's like
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Got an awesome show for you today. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Daryl Fletcher.
Yes,
Daryl
sir.
Fletcher speaks. He's got some writings with us today, and you've been checking out those books. So you've been in a book reading mode this year, haven't you?
I have tore this book all the way up. I think it took me a little less than a month to read it. Disgustingly Beautiful, the Good, the Bad, the Ugly of Couples. Yeah, I'm in a growth space right now, and I am really, really excited about it. Daryl said, women and men. I've been helping women and men, and I can definitely say that his book is definitely helped me out. And I like the take on this. It starts when you're a single, and then when you're dating, and then, the third, if you want to or aspire to be married, so that it ends with you being married.
There you go.
Yeah.
Daryl Fletcher speaks. He'll be hanging out with us today, as always, on Tuesday. As a matter of fact, today's show is brought to you by Daryl Fletcher. We'll talk about the book, and he brought some questions along with him too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see what some of these ladies and
Well,
gentlemen is
I'll see
asking.
what voice I want to use when I answer it.
There you go. I bet you can't. Let's just say a Filipino chick can't call in, like on the nail salon. How would she sound?
Well, that's Vietnamese.
I'm sorry, Vietnamese. My bad.
Mani Patti.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Way to go, Joy. The woman of many talents, by the way. Hey, Meagan
welcome.
Henry is in the building today. Good morning, Meagan.
Good morning.
I was about to call you Meagan Kelly. I was thinking about an NBC lady, Meagan Kelly. But Meagan Henry is your name.
Sir.
How would a young lady from Mississippi call in to change her voice if she wanted to be on The Voice Disguiser?
Good morning.
That's what I'm talking about. Meagan Henry is hanging out with us today. But I heard you say you're originally from Mississippi, but you ain't spent a whole bunch of time down
I
there.
spent 2 years there.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Only like from birth to 2?
Yeah.
You don't remember nothing
Right.
about Mississippi.
I'm from here.
Okay.
All
Where'd you
the
grow up?
I grew up in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Larryville, nice.
Larryville.
Went to Berkmar High School.
Never heard of it, but shout out to Berkmar.
Northside, Gwinnett County.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm Atlanta Public School product, so unfortunately,
Clearly.
never went up
Right.
there.
But we had good education in
I'm
Gwinnett
sure
County.
you look like y'all did.
I mean, look. Yes, I
Right,
see that
hands
you
are
do.
probably, yeah. She ain't all over the place, like,
Like who? I don't like your attitude this morning, Michael.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you so much for having me here, Joy and Michael. It's definitely a pleasure. I love what you guys are doing, so thank you. My name is Meagan Henry. I'm 28. I'm the founder of...
Hold on. Whenever somebody
dating show.
say their name, we think they're on a dating show. So are you looking for a date today?
Especially when you say your no, it's the name and
And the
the age.
age.
When you say the name.
So
and the
I
age.
like to say my age so people can know what generation I'm repping.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
okay.
It's important to
Okay.
me.
I was thinking that you were telling us your age because you wanted us to know how you've been kicking butt.
That too.
And you're 28. All right, sounds good.
I'll take that.
My name is Meagan. I'm 28 and I'm a Sagittarius and I
Gemini.
love the Gemini and I love long walks in the park.
I'll take it.
There you go. Carry on.
Okay, so yeah, I graduated from the awesome Georgia State University.
GSU.
Yes, and my background actually was in nonprofit. I did a lot of nonprofit marketing. And then I decided to quit my job, be an entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, and I've just been on this journey since.
Yay.
I founded an organization called Atlanta for Haiti, where basically we serve as a channel for spiritual, inventive, cultural, and just empowering Haiti outreach initiatives. And we take people from Atlanta to Haiti once a month, and we're coming up on our 10th outreach, and so
Wow.
Shout
How
out to
long,
you.
I was going to say, how long
Congratulations.
do you guys go for?
most trips, when I go by myself, I go for 3 to 4 weeks, but when I'm taking groups, trips will be 5 nights, 6 days.
Nice.
Oh,
That's nice.
my
Who was the first person that said, "Girl, you
Yeah.
crazy for quitting your job to do this"?
Actually, I got let go.
Okay.
And I decided to retire from corporate America because I had the skills that I needed to stand on my own.
Yeah.
And so I started my own agency, and I've been an entrepreneur since.
There you go.
And yeah, now I get to travel and help other people, produce their projects and their events.
Retired at 28. That's what I'm talking about. I missed the boat on that one.
You sure
Literally.
did. Why Haiti?
So Haiti, because it's so close to Atlanta,
Okay.
a lot of people travel to Cali, they travel to Miami, they even go all the way to the motherland, but Haiti gives us a perfect opportunity to make an impact with less resources, so then we can build more relationships and really see the communities that we're working with grow and change.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Haiti's has been in the news lately.
Mm-hmm.
Can you dispel some of the myths about Haiti when people think about like, oh, if I go over there, they're gonna arrest me because I'm light skinned or because I'm dark skinned?
Right. So Haiti is actually a beautiful, beautiful country. The waters are pretty turquoise blue, and then you have the mountains that fall in the backdrop. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and the people are loving. The food is good. The culture is vibrant. It's definitely not what the media likes to show a lot. We always get those same images. And that's why I'm so excited that with Atlanta for Haiti, we're showing people there's beautiful parts to Haiti. It's safe. You just, plan ahead and, make sure the right proper elements are in place, and you can travel there just like anywhere else.
Did Wyclef get a bad rap with the whole running for? Because it was Haiti, right? Wasn't he
Right.
running for president over there,
Right.
right? Yeah. Did he get a bad rap?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, at the end of the day, the government in Haiti already has its structure and system. So if anybody wants to step up and make a difference, I'm all for it.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Whatever we gotta do.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
At 28, like, where did this come from? Like, where did this power that you have steamrolled over the past couple of years.
It's a good man above.
Yeah.
Really, no, my journey in entrepreneurship has really like taught me strength and grit and how to be consistent and how to, be your own advocate and how to not be afraid to speak and recruit and campaign for something that you believe in. And so, yeah, I started going to Haiti by myself and then people just started saying, hey, how can I go? How can I be a part? How can I help? So we partner with organizations like the Fellowship of Christian Cheerleaders. Girl Power Hour Radio reached out to me last year to, put together an outreach for their organization. We took 7 ladies over there for that outreach. And we've been featured in the Atlanta Voice and so forth. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what God has for Atlanta for Haiti.
Now you mentioned like it's very easy to get to. Typical flight over there, how long?
3.5 hours tops.
There you go.
So it's like flying in California.
Exactly.
The funny thing is, and we've had a lady come on before, and she talked about just the fact that we need to travel internationally more as a culture.
Yes.
But it's so interesting because some trips internationally cost less than it would be for us to travel abroad.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because whenever I see people going to Miami, I'm like, I like Miami. It was beautiful. But if you put a couple hundred with it, you can go.
Hold on.
Couple hundred,
Hold on, Lawrenceville. Hold on, Lawrenceville. Hold on. What'd you say?
A couple hundred. You put a couple hundred with your Miami trip, you have a round trip destination on a beach and making an impact out of the country, getting stamps in your passport.
Come on,
And
a couple hundred with it.
And so I'm really encouraging people that they can travel. It's cost efficient. It's super safe. We have translator. We have 24-hour security from start to finish, and we stay at the beautiful Ocean View Resort while we're there, which is totally secure, and we make an impact at the Mission of Grace. Haiti.
ATL for Haiti in
Passport?
Yes, passport.
Passport.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she said stamp that passport. You
Yes.
can't walk up there. Can't walk up there with
No
your
visa.
Georgia.
You don't need a visa. You don't need anything. You just need passport.
Can't walk up there with your Georgia ID or your voter registration card.
They
Huh?
ain't letting you in.
Hey, when you go vote today, don't forget it is an opportunity for you to get out and vote today in the Georgia 2018 primaries. What that means is that you are voting. People are voting for their Republican candidate, and they're also voting for their Democratic candidate. So when you go into the booths today or the polls today, don't be mad because you don't see your candidate. It's either Democrat or Republican today. So whichever side you choose on, these are the people that you're going to be voting for in November for office. And there are probably about 200 200 seats available that are voting on today, depending on your district and your county and all that good stuff.
And just FYI, you don't have to pick a side. You can pick a person.
There you go. Shout out to you. Hold up.
You said
I think you gotta pull. You gotta tell them whether you're Dem or Republican in this one. You can't vote. You can't get one of each.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, that's not. I was gonna say, well, that's not fair.
Well, you're either voting for a candidate. You're just voting for a candidate. So if I'm voting for Stacey Abrams as governor,
So you just walk in and
getting
you
a
just like, I
Democratic
mean, they're
card.
gonna be all blue or all red.
Basically.
It's gonna say Bloods and Crips.
In America, we'll go figure, right?
It's gonna say talk about politics.
Hey, shout out to you, Miss Meagan Henry.
Thank you.
Don't go nowhere because we want to talk more. Did I miss my break? Oh no, I still got it.
Gang.
Hey, when we come back, we got your birthdays and shout outs, and we're gonna play some Man Time Flies By Fast. Daryl Fletcher's in the building, and we got another guest in the building too, Miss Charessa. I think I said that right. Charessa. I haven't had a chance to see you yet, sis, but I'm gonna turn around in about 90 seconds, okay? Hey, we come back, we got more. It's Michael and Joy in the 90s. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Power 108.9. Wake up, shout it.
Lego.
I went to Haiti twice in 2017. 2016. What year we in? 2016.
Went 2020, bruh.
I spent my New Year's in Haiti. I go to different countries every year to do for missions. I'm actually headed to Puerto Rico to do disaster relief. June 1st, I'll be there for 2 weeks.
That's awesome. How was it?
Oh, I love Haiti, man. I was in Quantumith. What part do you go to?
I go to a town called Charessa, Haiti.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's awesome.
Did you learn Creole yet?
I am learning Creole.
What
All I
up,
know
cuz?
is,
Hey,
all I
look,
know
Nikki,
is
what's happening?
the
What were you
response
asking
to
me?
sock
No, that's me. If you had been to Haiti.
Yeah, been
Yeah,
twice.
because she was saying it, I saw
It's
you.
it's
Yeah.
small, but
There's
I'm
a
like,
couple of them though.
Yeah,
There's a couple
Yeah.
of
I
responses.
spent
Candidates
my
and
New
My
Year's
guy,
in Haiti.
my best friend, he's
Bringing
from
in 2017.
Oh,
I'm
that's
about
dope.
to
Hey,
I'm
Charessa.
gonna teach you some Creole.
Hey,
But
man,
all you
okay,
know
cool.
is
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Daryl, for the time being. You
like
put that phone right there.
Leave
like,
it.
Or you can move
Put it up there.
whatever you want to do. Whichever is easier for you, madam.
Get it?
Yep, thank you.
Madam, you got boyfriend?
they always ask that question.
You so pretty, you got boyfriend?
This one right there.
Joy, Felicia, and Tia said hello.
Hi.
Appreciate it.
You might want to go up a little bit higher so that your buttons go. There you go.
You want number 2? No, number 1.
Buzzer
You want number
frappuccino.
2? No, I just want the regular manicure,
You
pedicure.
sure?
You
Scrub
don't want
your-
no scrub?
Scrub your shins. No, I don't need my shin scrub.
Scrub your what?
Shins.
Well, man.
And you doing it with a glove on, so that don't even. That
Don't even feel
it's the
right.
same.
Meagan,
And
who
you
was
looking like
here
a
now?
manicure. I mean pedicure.
Totally Tara, PR.
I did. I had one for the first time this year.
Oh yeah.
Was this year last year?
And yours was
Maddie
is
Clay, PR. Maddie Clay.
I'm trying to send the YouTube
It was
link,
last year.
so I just want to make
That's
sure
cool.
that I.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
Whoop, whoop.
MichaelandJoy.com. Man, I am on social media right now, and I gotta give a big congratulations to my man, DJ Papercuts, aka Bobby Carson, and Kim Andrews, two of my high school partners that I've just noticed on social media got married. Oh my goodness! Like, congratulations to them. Bobby and Kim, y'all kept
I'm
that
about
from
to say,
everybody. Oh
we,
man.
we eloped.
What's that? They got married on the 18th, so I'm way behind. A couple days behind. I missed that. But congratulations to Kim and Bobby getting married. The matrimony. We was listening to some Wale this morning and listened to that matrimony jump.
Oh, okay, that has something to do with
I
it.
had no idea, but we manifested it. Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Daryl Fletcher's in the building with us today. Also, we're talking Haiti today, and Miss Charessa is hanging out with us today. We're going to talk to her about everything that she got going on today, which is a Tuesday, but it's the 22nd of May.
Yes, sir. Today is National Solitaire Day. It recognizes a card game that has been around for more than 200 years. It wasn't until 1990 when Microsoft included Solitaire in Windows 3.0 that the game truly went viral. Microsoft Solitaire successfully helped teach computer users how to use a mouse, and in the process ended up becoming one of the most played video games in history. I'll be seeing people on that Solitaire on a plane.
That's why they started. People started getting fired at work because they had got their computers at work, and that's the only game they had on in that Solitaire.
And then you didn't know how to delete it.
Right,
So-
you and I click down real fast when your supervisor come by, and you be stuck, boy. About to run the board, and
What
your
you
supervisor walk by.
what you doing?
That's how Eddie is. You know how the millennials are. The millennials like know how to have their stuff incognito. It be all on the bottom, like. What's
I was
wrong,
gonna
man?
say it's
You coming
hidden.
for the millennials?
Yeah, we love y'all. We love the work y'all put in.
No, we just trying to figure out if you could teach us how to do it.
Right.
Like, I mean, can we all learn? Like,
I
why gotta
embrace-
be just about you?
I had to clear this browser history and these cookies.
About that. No, baby, I was not on Pornhub.
Right.
Well, how come when I pull up my computer, it's got a commercial on the side?
Asian hottie toddies. No, that's not me. I didn't do that. Malik must be home. I'm
Blame it on the
Malik.
baby.
Right. So, but shout out to National Solitary Day.
Yes,
and
sir.
And your grandmama played it for real.
Oh,
Like,
no,
she
no,
had
no,
the
no.
cards. Like,
she had
she'll
the
be-
card.
right,
She
she'll-
was up there flipping.
Oh,
Bless
man.
her heart.
Daryl Fletcher's in the building. What up, Mr. Fletcher?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? How you doing this morning, Joy?
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day in my neck
Hey,
of the
Sharon,
woods.
too.
Hey Sharon, hey baby, how you doing? What's going on, Michael?
Not much. What's going on with you?
It's a
Everything
beautiful
good?
day in my neck of the woods. How about yours?
Hey, it's all to the good, man.
Yes,
Having
sir.
an awesome day today. Sis, I told you 90 seconds. I'm right here with you. I'm just waiting for you to sit up and get in that microphone. I thought you were still chilling, enjoying the show.
Yeah. She's like, y'all are so funny.
Daryl Fletcher's in the building today. Mr. Fletcher, what's the word today, bro?
The word for today is in combination to what we're talking about with solitaire is value. It's value. What you don't value will depreciate. And the thing about it is, we haven't heard what has been valuable in the world system. We switched the bar of what valuable is, and so because we switched the bar what valuable is, people don't know what to value. They start valuing the wrong thing. They start valuing that relationship that didn't mean them no good. They start valuing, like the young lady was saying, they start valuing that job that wasn't designed for their purpose. And so when they start valuing those things, we realize that we are sometimes dispositioned and disconnected.
When I look from a financial perspective, value is determined by what somebody will pay for.
Correct.
So if I said that this watch, I put a $500 value on this watch and nobody pays $500 for it, it's not valued at $500.
Exactly.
How do you put that in a relationship perspective?
From a standpoint of relationship, you have to go back to what you have been taught. Because if you don't have a sense of, like I was watching a show last night and the gentleman was talking about, hey man, people ain't getting married in 2019, 2018. Well, he's just speaking from his particular filter of what he considers valuable. And so because he has had certain experiences, because he has certain beliefs and certain things that have happened to him in the past, basically what happens is, we start downgrading what we expect. And so because we downgrade what we expect, everything else, our expectations, we'll settle for less. Because that same show, the young lady was like, I'll be happy with a life partner rather than getting married. Well, here's the thing about that. The challenge with that is, yes, you have a life partner, somebody to sit on the porch with, when you're getting old. But from the standpoint of even legality, they have no rights to anything you have. You're married, I'm married. Should anything happen to us, everything we have automatically transfers to our spouse, depending on what state you live in. But at the end of the day, because I made the commitment, because I did a covenant, because I put my values in place and said that this particular person was valuable, now it changes to the trajectory of my life. So looking at how you date, looking at how you have your relationships, and I actually talk about that in the book. Joe was talking about, she read the book. There's a chapter called I don't know the name of the chapter, but it talks about values versus desire, right? And so everybody has a personal desire of something they want to go after, but from a standpoint of a relationship, it's your value system which would last longer. If Sharon's to fall and get sick right now, it's my value system that's gonna help me hold her hand through that particular tough time. Not how fine she is, not how pretty she is, not her beautiful smile. It's my value system. And so we really have to reset the button on our values in order to really begin to attract the love we deserve and the love we desire.
Yeah, because in that chapter, it talked about the lady who had been a burn victim.
Yes.
And how her husband, they weren't married at the time. She finally got herself together. 5 years later, they got married, and they did a lot of interviews, and they asked, well, at what point did you feel like, did you feel like you should just, get her set up with somebody and keep it moving? And he said, I married her soul, which was really, really good.
And when you value something as much as whatever, it could be a car, it could be any kind of tangible item. Your watch. You respect it more.
Exactly.
And you have to bring that value to the relationship as well.
Exactly. And value actually translate to our communication. If I don't value you, guess what? I'm not going to appreciate you. I'm not going to seek to understand you. And that is value, appreciation, and understanding are the formulas to empathy. And we automatically understand that empathy is the way that we can build connection. Empathy. There's a gentleman right now that talks a lot about empathy. But the important part of that is that we really have to understand that empathetic listening, empathetic living opens the door for connection and better communication.
Can you be empathetic and sympathetic at the same time?
No, you cannot, because sympathy is like, I feel sorry for you, but empathy is I'm seeking to understand you. Empathy is I'm seeking to understand you, I'm seeking to appreciate you, and I understand your value.
Author Daryl Fletcher Speaks is in the building with us today. Today's show is being brought to you by Daryl Fletcher. Daryl Fletcher Speaks, the new book.
Disgustingly Beautiful, the good, bad, and ugly of couples, but don't let the title fool you. You can learn a lot of information from a personal and professional standpoint.
Hey, Daryl, you gotta admit though, that wedding over the weekend with Harry and Meagan, that looked very fairy tale-ish.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Man, that looked fairy tale-ish, boy. I want
But
to do
hey,
that.
I talk about that in the book, man. Don't live for the fairy tale, man.
Hey,
The fairy tale
we got
is
more.
not true.
Daryl Fletcher's in the building with us today. We're gonna talk to Miss Charessa. She is in the building with today the Charge Up campaign. That's what we're about to talk about. And we got your birthdays and shout outs today. And we're gonna play Man How Time Flies. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Power 108.9. Shout it.
Let go.
Yay, charge it
That
up.
was a good word.
Thank you.
That was good. That was really good.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Hey Gloria, hey.
Daryl in here trying to get people married and
Yeah.
stuff. Don't you know?
I'm not trying to get people married,
just
but my
messing.
thing is marriage can be for anybody who wants it.
Yeah, no, I'm playing.
If you want it, it's there.
It's there for
But the thing
you.
about it is, like I said, our value system has gone down so
Oh, no.
low to where we start
Well, show me you
settling.
watched. Do you remember what that was?
Oh, it was the Breakfast Club. I didn't want to say it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't want to say
it's
it.
on
Right
there.
there.
I went to school with him.
Who?
Envy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. No.
Right there.
Oh, DJ Envy.
But you know, I watch a lot of like those marriage boot camps, and there was, you know, a lot of people that say the same thing. You know, just to the point where they just been through enough that they didn't necessarily want to deal with it, and I'm just perfectly fine raising my children
But
and
yeah, it wasn't
doing
designed that
something
way.
and doing my stuff for my physical needs and emotional needs in the background.
But in essence, you're really damaging yourself in the long haul.
Right.
And you know, it's cool, but you know, we
I
take
just
our-
posted it on our Michael and Joy Facebook page too, Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, you just get these cues that are just misleading. And what it really is when you study science, there's a part of your brain called the amygdala, and I'm talking a lot about that in my book, my upcoming book. And so the amygdala is designed to record information and record fear, hurt, pain, and everything is stored in the amygdala. And when you see something similar, the amygdala sends a flag like, "Hey, red alert, red alert! Hey, don't trust shorty."
Yeah.
And then so when that happens, now you get into the pattern of not living a life of fear because I'm trying to protect myself.
Which
But-
is clearly man-made.
Yeah,
Fear
yeah.
is man-made.
Yeah, so the key is just really begin to understand you can come from a place of you can hack that and dig the portion of your brain with
With the good stuff.
Yeah, with the good stuff, which is the prefrontal cortex, and that's where not cortisol, but oxytocin, dopamine is released.
That
Dopamine.
Michael and
That
Joy.
dopamine shot.
Yeah.
In the morning, michaelandjoy.com is the website to celebrate a birthday today.
Thanks,
Happy
everybody,
birthday
tuning
to you. Mr. Fletcher, we back, Mr. Fletcher.
Oh,
Hey,
you back.
my bad. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
I didn't get to read back before.
You run this Tuesday. Daryl Fletcher's in the building. The new book, Disgustingly Beautiful, is the book. Where can they cop that book?
They can cop that book on lovelogisticscircle.com. That's lovelogisticscircle.com. You can go there and get your book, and when you buy it, you'll get an autographed copy from myself.
Bam. Hey, if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you. And you share your day with a couple of celebrities like Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell turns 48 years old today.
For the second time.
I think I'm about to say, I think she's older than
Come
you.
on, Naomi.
Naomi about 52.
That's how I'm about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
What's
New England Patriot Julian Edelman turns 32 years old today. And happy birthday to DC's own former member of New Edition, Johnny Gill, turned 52 years old. On that red dress.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. Hey, we're gonna play some,
You said red suit.
Our Time
Nah,
Flies,
man, don't do that.
a little bit later on today. You got some birthdays, Joy?
Happy birthday to our homeboy Ray Grayson and Mr. Brandon Alexander. That's just jokes. It's just conversation.
Hey, happy
if you're
birthday.
celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Power 108.9.
Yay, yay, Mrs. Charessa is in the building, the Charge Up campaign. Good morning, sister.
Good morning, good morning.
You doing all right today?
I'm doing well.
I forgot you was a guest today. We were just
She
enjoying the
just
show.
in here laughing.
I'm over here enjoying the show with you. Like,
Having
oh,
a good
get him,
time.
Daryl. Get him, Meagan. We see you. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Charessa Sawyer. I'm the founder of the Charge Up campaign. We celebrate and appreciate and support cancer survivors and caregivers. We primarily focus on life after cancer. So all of the resources and things that those individuals need, we like to focus on that for them. My mom is actually a breast cancer survivor, and this organization was really created so that I can help turn smiles, give smiles to other survivors,
There you go.
like my mom.
There you go.
So that's what we're doing. We're charging up the community.
There you go. Charge him up.
Man,
It's
I love it.
Charessa.
Charessa.
Charessa,
That's
like
right.
cherry.
Like a churro.
Like a churro.
That's
Oh,
not
churro.
really.
Yes,
Kind
yes,
of,
I think.
right?
Charessa.
I know.
Charessa. Where you from originally?
I am from North Carolina.
North
so-
Carolina?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I
Hold
am
on, let me see
Tar
if I
Heel
can guess the
baby.
city. Let me
I'm
see
sure
if
you
I can
can.
guess the city. Now I'm gonna go Tar Heel, baby. I'm gonna go Chapel Hill,
No,
No,
Durham.
Raleigh,
no.
Raleigh,
Mm-mm.
Greensboro.
Mm-mm.
High Point.
Matter of fact, I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
okay. I was
because
gonna
I was running out of city.
I was gonna say, the funny thing, Michael, is we were all in the same
Yeah,
area.
you
Right.
know,
North Carolina's pretty big.
That's all we know.
You
That
guys
little
are
triangle.
all around the triangle. But I am from Pamlico County.
Oh yeah, I know
Oh
that.
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly,
okay. I
okay.
feel like I passed through that when I was driving to Virginia.
And you didn't.
Wow.
Right.
No.
She put you in check, Joe.
Unless you hit that back road, Sean.
Exactly. But it's near New Bern, North Carolina.
Okay.
If you ever heard of that, but it's a small county where I'm from. It's an amazing place, but it's a place where there's a lack of resources.
Gotcha.
So organizations like the Charge Up campaign will focus on rural communities, such as the areas that are in Pamlico County.
That's awesome. How's your mom?
My mom is doing great, actually.
Okay.
She's doing very well. My auntie is also doing well. I have a lot of family members and friends who have, been fighting this fight.
Okay.
And again, my organization and with me, I just feel like, God told me to keep going and to do it in a way where I'm celebrating life.
And
As
the
opposed
question,
to-
when you
Exactly.
talk about celebrating life, and then you get the call from your mom that she's been diagnosed, like how do you take it?
Well, I was a student in graduate school at the time, and how did I take it? It was hard. I didn't know what to do because I was 3 hours away from home, and I'm the oldest child. And my sisters were one in high school, one in college, so I'm trying to figure out in my mind like what to do.
Am I gonna
Am
finish
I-
school or
Exactly. So I'm working. I'm in graduate school. I'm also working. So and an internship all at the same time. But I also need to travel back and forth so that I can figure out how to be there as well. Because I did start dealing with a lot of anxiety where I could not sleep. Just the fear of getting another phone call saying, "Oh well, this happened," and even when she was in a remission and now surviving, still.
You still feel
You
like
just don't-
something
yeah, you just
possible.
don't know.
Exactly, because we do know it can come back in forms, and this is what happened with another family member where it came back in another form. So it was difficult at the time.
Charessa is hanging out with us today, the Charge Up campaign, and you mentioned about being from a rural city where they don't have the resources. Like,
Right.
why? I mean, I know it's a crazy question, but I'm just curious why in small cities like that? Why do we neglect our smaller cities like that?
That's a great question. The finances is the biggest thing where a lot of the money isn't coming in. Like a lot of the money for the county, from what I know, is coming from like the agriculture, like whatever is there, opposed to something coming in.
Gotcha.
So it's more difficult.
And if you don't have like those crops to be able to
Exactly.
bring the money in, then
And our mascot at high school, the hurricanes.
Okay.
So we deal with a lot of
Right.
natural
Yeah.
disasters.
and then there's that.
And then there's that, exactly. So,
So Walmart, y'all got a Walmart?
We just got a Walmart.
See, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know what?
we're getting there.
Shout out.
Yeah, we just got
that, I
Walmart.
mean, and that definitely does make a difference because then now it's
Exactly.
going to bring more jobs back
To the
into
community, and then what
That's
happens
right.
with that, you create more jobs. Now people buy land and houses, and they pay
Exactly.
taxes, and school millage
We have
taxes
one
and all
high
that good
school,
stuff.
one school,
Okay.
2 stoplights.
How many police y'all got?
Yeah.
We're about to research your
I was
body.
gonna
Don't even worry about it.
We
Don't even worry
definitely
about it.
didn't drive through there.
Daryl Fletcher's hanging out with us today, and Daryl,
What's
we're
going
talking
on?
about value, and we're
Mhm.
talking about respect, and
That's
you
right.
talk about your spouse, not your spouse, but talking about a spouse
Yes, sir.
that potentially gets some news like that,
Mhm.
I need some help,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hear those words from a doctor that says, now your spouse, now you have to go into a mode yourself and
Mhm.
see how much you really value this person.
Yeah, because a lot of times we hear in wedding vows for better or for worse, and typically people picture or imagine just the for better. They don't even consider the for worse part. And so it's once again your value system that's going to help you get through the for worse part. And so you really have to really take a picture of, have that conversation with your significant other. What do you value? What is important to you? How you want, if God forbid you on an operating table, how do you want us to move forward with life? All those particular things that we are afraid to have those conversations. But in order to be productive, in order to be effective in your relationships, you have to have those conversations. And if you don't, it's gonna come back and bite you in the end.
So Daryl, I know in the book you talk about certain questions to ask when you're dating
Yes.
to actually open up conversation.
Mhm.
Now, is that a question that you wait to have, that conversation to when you're courting, or should it? happen
It's one of those conversations that you have continually,
Okay.
not just in the courting phase, not just in the dating phase. It's a continual conversation because even with myself, my wife and I were laying in the bed. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Hey, TMI.
Shout out to Sharon. And we were just. I asked her, "What made you marry me?" Now we've been married. We've been together for 4 years, and so the thing about it is, we were just going back and it's like, what was there a pivotal moment that said, you know what, I want to marry this dude? And those type of conversations. One, we get to dig in our bag of history and what we went through, but also we get an opportunity to relive certain memories. And a lot of times in relationships, you forget about the good times because so much energy and focus is on the bad times.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there. And I said, what made, was there a pivotal moment that you decided, hey, I want to marry this guy? She said, no, but there was a series of things.
Yes.
And so that started another conversation, which led into another conversation. And so
3 hours later,
yeah,
y'all
exactly.
Like, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing about it is, it's just important to be able to have those conversations of what you value, what's important to you, and how you want things handled should anything happen.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Miss Charessa. We're going to talk about the Charge Up campaign. She's got an event coming up June 2nd. We're going to tell you how you can get tickets to that. And also, we come back, we're going to play a little Man, How Time Flies. And the crazy question, Daryl, that you just posed to your wife about why do we get married, I'm super duper scared to ask time. Hey, we come back, we got more. It's Michael
You know
and Joy.
why I married you, Dad.
Power 108.9.
We scared of the truth, man. We scared of the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's one you gotta
Yeah,
get.
you can't handle the truth. I mean,
Mhm.
the truth sometimes, they say the truth hurts. But
it
the thing
actually
about it
helps
is,
heal, too.
like Pharrell said it on his song, like the truth, they said the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off.
Yeah. But you know what?
Wait a
So
minute.
when I have that conversation about truth, I feel as if when you deliver the truth to me, you have to be able to be willing to give me some time to process it.
Yeah.
And not just expect me to be like, oh yeah, well, this happened or whatever, or I spent our savings, and then just be like, okay, now what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
You know, give me
one
a
of
minute.
the things that really helped my relationship is we created a no judgment zone. And so that is the space for our truth.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, she can't judge me for my truth. I can't judge. Like, my wife told me some stuff a couple of months ago, and I was like, what? You did what? What? You know,
This was before y'all were
yeah, this was before I was married, but I was like, yeah. And so, you know, we sometimes have these ideas of our relationship and what our spouse is supposed to be like and all these types of things. So we create this idea of who they are in our mind.
Instead of just allowing them to be who they are.
Exactly.
Right.
So we fall in love with the idea rather than the actuality or the truth of who they are. So when we learn how to embrace truth and know that sometimes the truth that we hear, and the challenge is most people don't hear truth. That's why it's so shocking to them.
Yeah.
So because when you actually hear the truth, you're like, oh, you rude. No, this is true.
Right.
So, you know.
I mean, you actually really need to hear it. You know, I think that one of the things that I have been just learning in this process of reading all these books and just the growth is that you gotta just be able to just have that conversation instead of avoiding it and being like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait till day 8.
Yeah, no.
You know, by day 8, y'all really like each other.
If you celibate, tell that person on the first day. They know.
I sell a little bit. I'm just kidding, mama.
Michael and Joy in the morning. We back. MichaelandJoy.com. Shout out to the people that asked us not to turn the microphones off during the commercial break.
Shout out to you and your dart game playing in the background.
Oh, no. Shout out to Ryan Kilgore. That is the Kilgore Music Foundation dartboard. Shout out to Ryan Kilgore. And shout out to, how do you pronounce the name of the city? Charessa?
The county.
The county?
I'm
sorry, that's right. It's
not even the city.
It's Pamlico County.
Pamlico County.
Pamlico.
For all of our Pamlico County listeners right now, please be advised that the potable water served by the Pamlico County water system has been restored to near capacity.
She is like, I hate y'all.
Samples collected from multiple locations within the water system have been analyzed in a state-certified lab and found to be free of bacteria. So I guess that we can get back to drinking water now.
Yes. Good morning, Maxine.
We just wanted to give y'all that update. Now
That's
y'all
appreciate it.
do have a website, so I'm happy for y'all. On the bottom it says Wix.com.
Does it?
Wix.com. You know about them free sites.
They got that free website.
Hold
Shout
on,
out
the
to
county
y'all.
got a Wix site?
Hey, this is the...
No, I was about to say.
You know nothing here is serious. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's just conversation.
It does have a little WordPress emblem up here at the top. So.
Whoa. Slow down. I was like, so does ours.
Shout out to Charessa. She's hanging out with us, the Charge Up campaign. We're going to give you dates and how you can hang out with her. Also, Meagan Henry is in the building. ATL for Haiti. We'll talk about some events that she has coming up. She's also 28. She's a Gemini, and she loves to go Krogering.
And long walks in the park.
So shout out to her.
Her love language is...
This is the portion of the show that we play our new favorite game. It's called Man How Time Flies, and it is very simple. We came up with the idea for the show on Monday, or last week, or whenever it was, and we decided that here's the deal. We got 3 songs. All you got to do is name the year. The person that comes closest to the year without going over wins. And because we have a couple of millennials in the building today, it'll be millennial and season versus season and millennial. Either way you want to put it. So that side versus this side of the room. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a clip of a song. And all you got to do is just guess the year without going over the year. And if you can, your team gets a point. Y'all ready? Megan, you ready over there?
Yes.
Alright, so here we go. We're going to start with the first song right here. Tell me if you guys can tell. Don't yell it out. Just listen. Tell us what year it is.
Kelly got a Wix site.
Oh, no, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah. Not that one. My bad. Hold on. Go to the first one. We're going to come back to that one.
The artists don't know that one. The artists know things at the concert.
Kelly Clarkson, Miss Independent.
You said you heard this song the other day?
I've never
I was about to say, what station
Oh,
your radio
yeah, you know this song.
on? Okay.
All right, so let's start with
That's
you,
all I had.
Eddie.
You
What
single ladies
year?
messed up. Y'all better
What
chill
year
out.
did Kelly Clarkson's Miss Independent come out?
I would say.
No, we're gonna start with Eddie.
2010.
2010. All right, Charessa.
2013.
2013. All right.
Uh-oh.
Daryl Fletcher. What year did Kelly Clarkson's Miss Independent come out?
2007.
2007. And Miss Meagan, what year do you think Kelly Clarkson's Miss Independent was released?
2009.
2009. And if you came anywhere close to the year 2003,
Wow.
you were winning. Yes, that's the same thing I said. 2003. That song is what?
Man.
15 years old. Yes.
2003, Mike.
Wow.
I'm all right. Hey,
I was gonna say that's one for the books.
that's one. I think I won last week, didn't I?
Nobody got this. Everybody was over. Nobody came.
But I came closest though.
Nah, we say closer without going over. Like when the price is right. Yeah, like when the price is right. All right, here's the next one.
Okay.
Rhonda said 04.
Yeah, so shout out to them. All right, so here's the next one.
Oh, tree.
What year did this record come out? The Bee Gees, Staying Alive.
Ooh.
But you went over, Rhonda. You gotta stay under.
Let's see. All right, I think I know. Hey, wait. Hey, y'all put in the comments what year this song came
All right,
out.
hold on. No
Staying
cheating,
Alive.
no cheating.
Help me out here.
No cheating.
I'm phoning
All
in
right.
a friend.
Eddie, I'm
I'm
starting with
going
you.
to little friend.
What year did the Bee Gees, Staying Alive, come out?
I'm gonna say 78.
78. All right,
Oh,
Miss
that's pretty
Charessa.
I would say 74.
74. All right, Mr. Fletcher.
78.
78. And how about you, Miss Meagan?
79.
79. If you
Mike
said
said 77.
77, if you said 1974, I'm just joking. 1977, I lied. 77 is the correct answer.
I'm like, yeah.
But congratulations to y'all. 1-0. This millennial side over here.
Rhonda, 77.
Man, how many? That was
So wait.
41 years ago, Daryl Fletcher.
Hey. Yeah.
What were you doing 41 years ago?
41 years ago, I was in my mama's crib. I was in her crib chilling.
All right, here's the last
That's where the
one.
milk at.
We can see. We can see if we can tie the game up. Who remembers what year this record right here came out? Milli Vanilli's "Blame It on the Rain."
Woo!
Alright.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Eddie, what year did Milli Vanilli's "Blame It on the
How do you
Rain" come
spell
out?
that?
I never listened to none of that.
It's like under
Just
I'm
guess.
gonna say 83.
83. All right. What about you, Miss Charessa?
1990.
1990. All right. Mr. Fletcher?
92.
92. And how about you, Meagan?
95.
95.
Mike Dewey says 91.
91. If you came anywhere near 1989, you were correct. 29 years ago. Shout out to this
What'd you
side
say?
of the room right here.
1984.
Yeah, he was close
Rhonda
without
had
that.
84.
Yeah.
What was it?
89. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna tell you how to hang out with all our guests this weekend. And don't forget, Milli Vanilli was not even singing that record. They were the lip sync kings.
Yeah,
You know that, Daryl?
Yeah.
Somebody gonna join in the morning. We'll be right back.
And their hair was fake. No, just joking.
I'm like,
Oh, I was like, hey.
Mike,
That's why I never-
Gia's on the phone. Hey,
Wait, you
Gia's
can talk.
at the fence.
You can talk to him.
Gia? Hello?
Hey, Gia.
Good morning. Hello? You there? Good morning, how are you?
Good morning.
So gonna say you ready to talk to us?
Yes.
She was like, I've been on hold for 3 minutes. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you and your energy drink that you have.
Well, my name is Gia. I am originally from New York, Long Island.
Whoop whoop.
I relocated to Baltimore. I opened up a nail bar here, which was originally started in Queens, New York. And I had the nail bar for quite some time, about 4 years. And within those 4 years, I developed an energy drink. And that energy drink was just supposed to have been for my clients within my nail bar.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it went out to the public in the nightclub And they asked me to come do a pop-up shop at the bar, give out samples, and things of that nature. And that's what I did. And that's what got the ball rolling on the energy drink actually being in rotation.
I was gonna say, and the cool thing is, it's the first performance energy drink owned and operated by an African American woman. Congratulations to you.
Shout out to you.
Yes.
Send some to the picture.
Thank
Whoop,
you
whoop.
so much.
So where can we find it? How can we get it? I mean, you know, I don't mind coming to Baltimore to get my nails slayed, but in the meantime,
You can actually find it. I do have a website for my energy drink. It's www.purplepeachenergydrink.com, or you can, or the followers can come into the July Jail Bar at 2118 North Charles Street, Baltimore, Maryland 21218, and they can purchase it there.
perfect. Well, thank you so very much, Miss Gia. You guys have a great day. PurplePeachEnergyDrink.com is where we can find you.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you
perfect.
so much, guys.
Yay, yay! Michael and Joy in the morning. The Daryl Fletcher Today Show is being brought to you by Daryl Fletcher. He is in the building with us. We're going to tell you how to hang out with Miss Charessa at the Charge Up. Also, Miss Meagan is in the building.
Whoop,
ATL for Haiti. We're going to talk about Haiti. What's that? Sapasi.
Sapase.
Sapase.
Nabule.
Yeah. You should have just put, why did you just put S-A-Y? That's say. Sapase.
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's
about
how
that.
you
You
write it
might
out,
mess that
though.
up too.
What I mean, what's up? What's happening?
Oh, okay. Sapase.
What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Sapase.
What's not
You
related?
gotta put a little ATL in there too.
Sapase, folks.
Yeah.
Once you put anything else, you done said a whole nother
Okay.
thing.
Hey, today's show is being brought to you by Daryl Fletcher.
Stick to
Of
the
course,
script.
he's hanging out with us today. Also, Miss Charessa. Charessa, you got an event coming up. Tell us about your event.
Yes, the Charge Up campaign, we are hosting our first Cancer Survivors Conference. So that's going to be coming up on June 2nd. Again, we're celebrating cancer survivors and caregivers, but we're also educating our communities at this event with 3 panels. Our keynote address is coming from Dr. April Speed.
Nice.
So we're really excited about it. And that evening, in celebration, we are hosting our first pajama jam for survivors.
Okay.
So that's going to be so fun. I'm so excited about it. They are going to be treated like the queens that they are that night. And then Sunday, we're going to head over to the Ultimate Women's Expo as a group.
Well, congratulations to you.
Come
For
on,
those that want to
Pajama
get tickets
Jam.
and more information, where can they go?
Yes. So you definitely can get tickets at survivorscon.eventbrite.com. That's survivorscon.eventbrite.com. If you know a survivor or you are a survivor, you can email me at chargeupcampaign@gmail.com so that we can get you at the Pajama Jam or get you tickets for the event.
Congratulations to you, Miss Charessa, the Charge Up campaign. For those that don't know, Pamlico County, North Carolina is, as of 2010, when they did their census, they said that there was 13,144 people living in Pamlico. So I'm sure you got a lot of cousins up there, huh?
I do have a lot of cousins. About 10 of us that graduated together.
There you go. 13,134 because they all live in Atlanta now. Shout out to you. Don't go nowhere because we're going to wrap this thing up. Daryl Fletcher Speaks is in the building with us today. And Daryl, you've been dropping them nuggets as it pertains to love and relationship.
Amen.
Do you get letters?
I do get letters from time to time. I get people DM me all the time asking me advice and insight for their relationships and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to, just slide in my DM and we'll.
Hey, your wife-
Not that type of slide.
I was
but
gonna say, we'll just stick to the
You
email.
say email.
yeah,
Just
send
say-
me an email and we'll help you overcome or get through your relationship challenges.
So honestly, like we have a letter right here that someone sent in to you, and Love Logistics Anonymous. We're not gonna name their names, but so they wrote. They said, "I absolutely hate my sister-in-law, and pretty sure the feeling is mutual." She said, "Anyway, my husband's family is tight-knit and they're constantly trying to get together, and I'm not comfortable being around my sister-in-law. Like completely miserable and pissed off because my husband ignores the fact that there is an issue. I literally am so out of place and dread going anywhere weeks before ahead of time. Like I just really hate it. Now my husband says that it's just how she is, and nothing happens when we try to talk about it and other than argue because I'm trying to separate from his family. I'm sad to say, but I think a divorce will be less painful / miserable than being around her and all the dramatic events that will lead up to and after it. What can I do? I've tried being nice, speaking to her, my husband, my mother-in-law even wrote her a letter extending a friendship, but nothing has worked and nothing will work. This has been going on since before she met me, almost 5 years now, and I'm just tired of being depressed about this situation. Damn.
Well, I would say to this particular person is, you have to make the choice to let go. Let go. You married that man, not his sister. Now, the family comes with that, or the family is a combination of those things. However, day in, day out, you're waking up and sleeping with that particular man. So when it comes to her, keep your distance. See, you're allowing her into a space of your energy to affect how you emotionally feel. If you know she don't like you, guess what? You don't necessarily have to fight that energy, negative energy with negative energy. Just know that, hey, whenever she's ready to step up to the plate and be family, you're there. But as far as putting energy into that situation, you're tearing yourself down. What is happening is you're seeking validation in a place where validation is not required. Validation needs to come from yourself first. Then you create that environment in your relationship where we're feeding one another. That young lady, yes, his family's tight knit, but at the end of the day, they don't live with you. So you have to make that choice to let that situation go.
One of the most common questions that I'm sure you get in your panels, on your live feeds is from women and men. Where do I find the right person? Is that a legitimate question?
Yes, that is a legitimate question. However, it is an incomplete correct question. The reason why I say that is because you don't find love, you attract it. So you have to focus on being the correct individual rather than trying to find this search. Me, I was attracted to my wife. My wife was attracted to me. Why? Because when I focused on being the right individual, I was Mr. Fade to Black. I was Mr. Lie to you. I was Mr.
Fade to Black.
Yeah, I remember them days.
You fade to black on a person because, hey, I'm just not really that into you, and they're more into, they were more into me, and I was just like for lack of a better term, I was doing women dirty, and wondering why I kept on finding these type of women in these type of situations. So when I made the decision to be truthful, when I made the decision to be honest, when I made the decision to be the honorable man, my wife showed up. And so there's a ancient Asian saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And so when your soul is ready, your spouse will appear.
When you talk about one, knowing who you are, because that energy attracts. People used to ask me all the time, why am I smiling? Or why do people always talk to me? Like, Tasha does it too. Like, you speak to everybody. Yeah. It's because it's the energy. I'm always smiling. I'm always upbeat. And I put that out there. So people are wondering, why the hell is this dude so happy?
It's a sign of being receptive. And a lot of people walk around with the I'm mad face. A lot of people walking around. So I'm pretty sure there's women out there that's listening that men walk up to me like, hey, boo, what's wrong with you?
That resident base.
They're like, what's wrong with you? The thing about it is, if you're happy about life, if you're just happy as an individual, it should show on your face. It should show some sort of way. Now, I'm not saying you walk around and being all crazy and just smiling at everybody, but what I'm saying is, I should be able to feed off your energy, because really, when you're doing that resting face, what you're attracting is the wrong element, and because all the dude is coming up to you is saying, hey, I want to put a smile on your face, right? And he's not trying to put
the moment.
Yeah, he's not trying to put a smile on your face. He's trying to put some damage on your heart.
Oh, come on, Daryl.
I wonder why you always attract a dude that smell like black and mild. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason. But going back to this the family thing.
Yes, sir.
When I look back on our relationship, Tasha and I, we've been together, I want to say, married 22 years this November, but clearly probably about 25 years together that we've been doing this. When we first got together, it was a case of my younger brothers saw her as, you know, sedity or like, why you trying to change my brother?
Yeah,
you know,
trying to change, no.
we dressing alike on the 4th of July. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She knew what to pull me out. She was molding me basically.
Well, the thing about it is, a lot of times people talk about, you know, when you meet somebody, they change you or you make adjustments. And here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with making adjustments
Right.
for a relationship, a committed relationship, a covenant relationship. There's nothing wrong with making those adjustments because you want to grow together. And you ought to evolve. You ought to make some adjustments in order to grow up into another level. So, you know, and
It shouldn't be anything wrong with
it's there's nothing wrong with having that type of mentality. Now, you don't just change your whole life for this person, but at the same time, in order for us to grow, there's gonna have to be some sort of bonding. When you bond, differences match, and then you just interject and infuse one another with your values and your systems and everything else that goes with
Hey,
it.
if you want to send an anonymous letter to Daryl Fletcher, you can do that. How do they do that?
Info at lovelogisticscircles.com. Not circle, not circles, just one circle. Info at lovelogistics with an S circle.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer your question.
Or if you want to call the show and ask the question and disguise your voice like Jory A. Pearson,
I had a question about my sister-in-law.
all you got to do is give us a call, 678-383-2339. If nobody answers the phone, because it's an old school trap phone, because there's somebody on this phone right here or a house phone, the line
Ain't
will be busy.
no call
It's gonna
waiting
be
over
busy.
here.
Yeah, that thing will be busy. When we come back, we got another call in the building. We're going to talk to Meagan, ATL for Haiti, and we're going to tell you how you can hang out with all of our guests. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Shout out to Pamela.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, this is Cloe Luv.
Shout out to Pamela.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. We definitely have to
Hello,
connect
good
because
morning.
I need to get back to Haiti.
Morning.
Come on.
How are you, Chloe?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Sorry about that. Wait, now is it Chloe or Chloe Luv?
Chloe Luv.
Chloe Luv. So, okay, so talk to us. What's going on?
A lot, depending on what you're talking about.
Well,
I got a lot going on.
I was gonna say, well, what particularly are we talking about this morning with you?
That I'm not too sure about.
All right,
We can
well,
talk about the music business. We can talk about my women's empowerment.
I was gonna say, I think we were talking about women with voices.
Okay.
You on, go.
I was
Everybody
gonna say, so
listening
we
to you.
ready for you, Chloe Luv.
I'm ready.
Okay, so women with voices.
Oh, okay. I'm used to people ask the question.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, essentially,
Tell us about
we
Women
realize
with
that you're the
Voices.
founder of Women with Voices. So, talk to us about Women with Voices.
Women with Voices is a women's empowerment program under my 501c3, and we officially launched March 30th, and we came out with a yearly gala and award ceremony, and it's titled Changing the World One Woman at a Time.
Awesome.
And since then, I have put together a fantastic, diverse board with women in different age groups, different backgrounds, different social statuses, and it helps bring the diversity that we want to the board, which is a part of our mission statement.
Mm-hmm.
We offer monthly workshops, free monthly workshops that range in a plethora of different topics: credit repair, entrepreneurship, branding, modeling. So each month we have a different theme, which is hosted by our board member, Hala Marak. So that is amazing because she was doing her badass boot camp for 2 years prior to us. So she teamed with us and she hosted the monthly workshop. We just recently got 2 location donations
Wow.
by way of our new co-founder, Dana Bryson, and we will be announcing the location June 3rd. So I'm excited about that. And we'll be hosting our monthly events there. We'll be hosting networking events. We'll be putting together weekly counseling sessions and just reaching out to the community, to different women, and figuring out the things that they would like. We'll have a suggestion box so that we can incorporate those needs as well.
Awesome. Cloe Luv, how can we get more information on what you are doing with Women with Voices? How can we follow you?
So my handle on Instagram is Cloe Luv, which is CLOELUV, and the website is womenwithvoices.info.
Awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations to you, sis. And hey, guys, for this and any more information on our guests, all you got to do is go to Michael and Joy in the morning or michaelandjoy.com. Wake up, Shawty!
Whoop, whoop.
Yo, we back. It's Michael and Joy in the morning, hanging out with our crew. ATL for Haiti is in the building, and of course, Miss Charessa is in the building. The Charge Up campaign. I promise you, I only got one more joke about your county before we get out of here. And of course, today's show is being brought to you by Mr. Daryl L. Fletcher,
In the building.
extraordinaire. Hey, I gotta say shout out to the guy from Patrick J. Adams. He played in Suits with Meagan Kelly. He was at the wedding of Meagan and Harry, and a lady tried to front on him at the airport. The woman took aim at him and said that he looked a little chunky in his royal wedding photo. Well, guess what? Patrick J. Adams snapped back on it and said, you look a little chunky too, as he took a picture at her in the airport. He said, oh, okay, so you sit there and read your paper and fall asleep. If you go to Power 108.9 right now, you can see the picture that he took of her and said, oh, really? I look chunky, young lady? But then he came back and deleted the picture. He really didn't have to delete it. But he came back and said, in a statement, that he swiftly took the post down, realizing that any sense of being a bully or lashing out, I felt very wrong. But he clapped back real quick.
What you're not gonna do is talk about me and these extra pounds I done picked up.
He had a little juice in him, I'm sure. That's how that whole thing went down. Hey, ATL for Haiti.
Hey,
Miss Meagan, what you got coming up, sis?
Yes, so we have a couple outreaches coming up where we will be in Haiti Labor Day weekend for our influencers and impact trip. We got about 25 Atlanta influencers that have signed up and registered and will be in Haiti making an impact. That trip is full. However, you can still register for our December outreach, December 5th through December 9th, and you can get registered at www.atl4haiti.com/register. And follow us on IG at ATL4Haiti.
Daryl L. Fletcher is in the building. Daryl, before we get out of here today, man, best advice that you can give us today as it pertains to value and respecting that relationship.
The best advice I can give you is to start with understanding the value of yourself. That's the key that you really want to begin to understand. If you don't know your values, if you don't understand how you are valuable, then you will never understand or have the opportunity to understand someone else's value.
Hey, next Tuesday, Mr. Fletcher will be in the building. We'll be taking your calls at 678-383-23 improvise 9. Oh, that's the 3.
Oh, you don't have to.
Yeah, I forgot to put that 3 in there. But shout out to you, Mr. Fletcher. Can't wait to have you back on. Can't wait for these questions to start rolling in. I ain't gonna do no more jokes about yourself. I'm doing tomorrow when you ain't here. Hey, we live in an ever-changing world, and now the futurist claims that everybody thought of back in the day, some of these new things may be extinct. Now, Michael McQueen from Sydney believes that time is running out for credit cards, iTunes, car parks, call centers, and service stations. Now, as far as car parks are concerned, what he's saying that self-driving cars are taking over. They predict by 2027, 90% of passenger vehicles in the United States alone will be traveled autonomously, meaning self-driving vehicles, as well as 90% of the Uber drivers, which will be 60% of vehicles made up on the road, will be all the self-driving vehicles. As far as credit cards are concerned, McQueen explained that there are a variety of new technologies appearing on the market that soon will make credit cards useless. Now, one such company who has done this in financial services is Square. They develop and release technology that will identify you upon entering a store to get that thing loaded up. Also, iTunes. Now, iTunes burst on the scene back in 2001. Now, it was a service that no one had seen before and has remained relevant for the past 17 years. This is why people may find it shocking that McQueen believes that this platform will also no longer exist. Now, they have 38 million paying subscribers and nearly 2 million subscribers a month. But he said, you know what? There's a day where you're going to be able to get all of that stuff for free. Also, if you work in a call center, that job may be gone. And last but not least, many people won't be able to imagine a world without a service station, aka the gas station. As the first record since 1913 is when the gas stations were completed. Now, McQueen believes that soon they will no longer be around, and this is because of the decrease of people using petrol. And with people like Elon Musk taking us to Mars, bitches, we don't need to drive around in cars. Now, the growth of electronic vehicles will demise the petrol, and those are some of the things that we may not see in the near future.
You got 5 on the petrol.
Mars, bitches! Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. It is Wednesday tomorrow. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to all of our. Hold on, let me take this selfie real quick. Hold on, you didn't get me in the picture. It's Michael Joy in the morning. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We're heading up to North Carolina to that little town called what? Pamela Cow.
Hey, real East Side boys. What up, Shawty? When you coming back?
Yeah. And then
When you coming back, folks?
this Fox said.
She said just add a couple hundred on it.
That was so fun.
And you be right in Haiti. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. You guys have an amazing day from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I ask that God watch over you, keep you, protect you, expand your territory.
We're here each and every Tuesday. All right.
I'll be able to market better when I'm over there. Actually.
Hey, Sean. See you
I'll go back
Friday.
and listen to it.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Come forward.